is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? Welcome back here today to the Just Ballin' podcast, where I have something that I've never been able to do before, a second round mock draft. I'm actually really hyped for this one because you guys know I'm really into the NBA draft. The NBA, I think it's a very controversial thing that they are putting the draft on 2 nights. People think just get it done in one night. What's the point of 2 nights? It's not like it's as big as round 2 of the NBA or as the NFL draft. And I get that for sure. They made it 2 rounds last year. I mean, I'd like to think it's not just because of Bronny, but it probably was because of Bronny to make its own spectacle on day 2 in a weaker draft, but they didn't decide to change it back this year. So we have 2 rounds. And last year, I remember it being like early in the day, and this one is going to be 8 o'clock at night. So I will be streaming it over on my Sross channel again. It should be fun to talk more about the NBA draft and all of that. And yeah, today I'm going to be doing a second round mock draft. I gave a lot of thoughts over there. I talked to you guys here. I did a live stream, just basically talking what I think could end up happening throughout the draft, any trades, last second mocks, and everything was kind of thrown out the window when Yegor Demon went 8. That really shocked me. I thought he was going to go late teens, or mid to late teens, early 20s, and nothing prepared me for what Portland did at 16. You could have asked me 25 different players they could have taken there at 16. Hansen Yang maybe would have been the 25th guy that would have came out of my mouth. Actually gave me one of my largest reactions I've ever had watching an NBA draft. So it was really exciting. I think the Nets on paper, 5 first-round picks, and you ended up with, I don't think, any like franchise-changing talents. I think a lot of guys that have boom or bust potential, and I think more bust than boom. I don't know how you fit Saraf and Traore and Demon together. A lot of guys that can't really shoot, not the best defenders in the world, but are incredible ball handlers. So it's going to be intriguing. New Orleans made a crazy trade when they traded that unprotected swap between them and Milwaukee in 26 to move up to take Derek Queen. I don't mind you trading up to get Derek Queen. It's just the pick you gave up, and I don't love Derek Queen in New Orleans specifically. They also ended up with Jeremiah Fears. I thought they had a questionable draft as well. And then I would say, like, the Suns, I'm not going to call them winners. I'm not going to call them losers. I do like them getting Kamon Mali Watch, but now it's like, is it a little redundant to get him and Mark Williams in a way? I think that's going to be intriguing. Charlotte trades Mark Williams, but they end up with Lee McNeely and Knipple, and we're going to get to them. They have 2 second-round picks, 33 and 34, so hopefully we don't see any second-round pick trades before you guys see this. But yeah, we're just going to do a second-round mock. Really shocked that some of these guys ended up falling outside the first. You could have been like, Matt, who do you like the Timberwolves to take at 17 if like Carter Bryant and Cedric Howard are off the board? I would have said Nick Clifford and Rasheer Fleming, who was still on the board. They could go another French prospect, right? Like they took Yohan Beringer. You got Rudy Gobert. They could go with Drew Thero. I think they're going to take one of these wings, but I feel like you can't pass up on Rasheer Fleming. Somehow falling to 31. Boston didn't take him. Los Angeles didn't take him. The Nets didn't take him. And I think he's somebody that, I don't know, man. He's an incredible athlete, a 9'4" standing reach, over a 7'5" wingspan. He can throw it down on you. He can run in transition. He can switch onto multiple guys and has a good handle at his size. I know he's a little, I guess, light, but honestly, he plays super physical. He plays hard. I think this is immense value for Minnesota at 31. So I think that's what they should do with that pick. Boston here at 32. I think there's 2 centers they could have gone. I think they could have taken one of these guys at 28, but they went Hugo Gonzalez, which I also didn't really love that pick. So I think they can go Maxime Reynal, who could probably space the floor fairly well in the Missoula Ball offense. He could just chuck threes out there with Anthony Simons and Peyton Pritchard and Derek White at times. There's a chance Al Horford could leave or retire. Luke Kornet can leave. They traded away Kristaps Porzingis. They need another big. And I feel like Reynal fits Boston a little bit better than Kalkbrenner does. Although Kalkbrenner would be cool to reunite him with Baylor Shireman. They played together at Creighton. You could definitely see that. And then I think at 33, Charlotte has to take a big man, right? I think Ryan Kalkbrenner makes so much sense for them just because they drafted Knipple and McNeely. 2 great shooters, guys that play hard. And I like that identity shift over there in Charlotte. They took the high upside swing in Salon last year. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But you take Knipple and McNeely. Con has an extremely high floor. He has one of the highest floors in this class. McNeely, I think, is great value at 29. Adam is my 20th ranked prospect. I think there was some like non-court issues that happened with him last year with the injury, playing out of position, which I guess is on the court. And I feel like a confidence kind of teetered off throughout the second half of the collegiate season. But coming from Montverde, coming from like that game, if you watch it at Creighton in February, was just one of my favorite college prospect games all year long. I had so much fun watching McNeely. I think they have to go Kalkbrenner. I am the biggest Moussa Diabate guy out there, and I think he's a monster on the glass and he can hold his own defensively. I don't think he's ready to play 30 minutes a night. Not even close. They traded away Mark Williams. They traded away Nick Richards last year. Yusuf Nurkic has 1 year left, so I guess Yusuf Nurkic is going to be there in Charlotte. Either way, this defense isn't great. Khan and McNeely, not known for their defense, more for their shooting, their movement in the half court. They got to take a rim protector in Kalkbrenner. Massive size, massive wingspan, can also space the floor a little bit. I actually really like this draft for Charlotte. I like the Charlotte draft way more than Brooklyn's draft. Khan, McNeely, and Kalkbrenner. So it's funny enough, they got 3 white guys here. So I think they can go one of 2 wings here at 34. I don't know if they would go with like Proctor, maybe, because you want to have somebody behind LaMelo Ball. That's potentially a pick that they could make. But I think you got to go perimeter defense as well. And there's 2 great perimeter defenders on the board, so you can't go wrong with either one in Noah Penda or Adu Thero. I've mocked Adu Thero a ton to them in the second round, so I'm going to just have this here. Thero is one of the best athletes in this class. He can run and transition on both ends of the floor. He's a great offensive transition player, something Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball like to do. And he's great on defense, chase down blocks, chase down steals, can recover extremely well. And I love this draft. I questioned the Mark Williams trade a little bit, but you know what? Lost some value because of the failed medical. They tried to trade him last year at the deadline, so maybe they didn't have a ton of leverage. And you ended up with Khan at 4. I would have loved VJ, but it is what it is. He went a pick ahead of you. Ace Bailey, I don't think would have worked out super well in Charlotte. I love Khan as a prospect. McNeely at 29 is good value. Hey, you got a flyer on a 2029 first. It's probably not going to be great because it's a swap worse between Utah, Cleveland, and Minnesota. One of those teams will be good in 2029 most likely, but hey, it's an additional asset down the line. I feel like Lee McNeely, like I said, could have gone around pick 20 and nobody would have really batted an eye. And you end up with Kalkbrenner, Thero, Khan, and McNeely. If this happens, this is a phenomenal draft for Charlotte. I would really like this draft for them. If they took like Jeremiah Fears at 4 and they took like, I don't even know, like Alex Tui at 20, there's a chance they could have really messed up this draft and they didn't. So Philadelphia took VJ Edgecombe with the 3rd overall pick. I think there would have been a phenomenal pick for Maxime Reynal. For them at 35, just adding another big. Janai Broom is interesting, but I think they can go defense on the perimeter, and Noah Penda is that guy. You could look at Chaz Lanier, you could look at Jameer Watkins, I think are also great options as well. But Noah Penda is, I think, one of the best defenders in this class. There's a chance he's better than the other French wing prospect in Noah Essengay. Funny enough, they're both Noah, but spelled differently. He's not as lanky. He's not as physically gifted, at least with the size as Essengay. But man, he plays so tough. He has a nice mid-range jumper. Shot around 30% from 3 last year. It'll be a big swing skill for him. But I do believe Philly needs defenders, right? You took Edgecombe at 3, a defender. You could take Noah Penda at 35, another defender to help out Maxine McCain. Not the greatest defenders in the world, right? So now you got Penda, Edgecombe, and Grimes you could just throw out there. They could switch all over the place. And Justin Edwards as well, who was a great athlete and undrafted pick last year. I like this for Philadelphia, and it does feel like a Daryl Morey pick. So here we go. The Nets didn't trade. They didn't trade a single first. They took Yegor Demon, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, Ben Saraf, and Danny Wolf. Just whoa. My favorite pick out of those, in a vacuum, would probably be Danny Wolf at 27, I think is phenomenal value. I like Nolan Traore at 19. I think they reached on Yegor. I think they reached on Drake Powell. And Saraf at 26 is fine, but after you already took Yegor and Traore, where's the pathway for these guys? I don't know. Some of them will be playing for the Long Island Nets next year. They're probably going to be bad again, but I don't really know what they're doing. And I'm not a big Alex Tui guy, but I know Sean Marks is. This is an easy mock for me. I think he's going to go 36 to the Nets if this is how it ended up. I could be wrong, but he was kind of, if you watch the Nets YouTube channel, they've been doing a scouting mini-series, and it'll be really cool to see what it's like after the draft comes out. I wish more teams did it. He's somebody that screams Sean Marks to me, in my opinion. He's a shooter that didn't really shoot well from 3 last year in Australia, so played for the Sydney Kings. I don't know. I just don't really see a lot of defensive potential, but I do feel like what they're trying to build, guys that could pass, and he could pass well on the perimeter and don't really care about the shot. And I guess they must have, I don't know if it's Steph Curry, a clone of Steph Curry, or a combination of Steph Curry, Kyle Korver, Peja Stojakovic, just mix into one as their shooting coach. And they are the most successful shooting coach in NBA history. They could fix all these guys' shots, because if they could, yeah, sure, you ace this draft, but I don't know if they're a magician. So I do think it'll be Alex Tui there. So to recap, 31 Rasheer Fleming to Minnesota, 32 Boston Maxime Reynal, 33 Ryan Kalkbrenner to the Hornets, 34 Adu Thero to the Hornets, 35 Noah Penda to the Sixers, 36 Alex Tui to the Brooklyn Nets. So we're on the clock, 37, the Detroit Pistons. There's a couple guys they could end up going here. They could go big. They could go defense. I don't mind them grabbing another ball handler, and I kind of like the idea of Tyrese Proctor over there in Detroit. So I don't know. I think Chaz Lanier is probably the best guy on the board though for me. Cam Jones. No, Cam Jones needs to go here for sure. Cam Jones was my 28th ranked prospect. ESPN has him ranked all the way down here at 37. I'm just a big Cam Jones guy. I thought Boston could have taken him at 28. I wouldn't have minded if Charlotte took him at 29. The Clippers, I would have loved it at 30. He's somebody that's not going to turn the ball over. He can play hard on defense. He's got good size. He's a good rebounder at his size. He could score at the rim. He could shoot well. I know the shot wasn't perfect last year. 31% from three, but when you look at the usage, you look at the defensive attention he had, he's not going to be a star player like he was at Marquette on the Pistons. He's playing off of Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey and all these other ball handlers over there in Detroit. I really like Cam Jones as a prospect. So 39 or 38, the Spurs. This is not the Spurs pick. This will be going to the Indiana Pacers. They basically traded a future second and some cash in this one. So I'm basically so I'm sending this here. I don't know if it's going to happen. And he's not my best point guard available. Like I have Proctor and Javon Small and Hunter Salas ranked above him, but I'm taking Ryan Nembhard here. It might be a lazy mock. I don't care. I think it'd be so cool to see him pair up with his brother. He is a smaller guard. He's about 5'11". Without shoes, he is one of the best passers in the country. He led he led college basketball in assists last year, just under 10 a night. Phenomenal court vision, can run pick and roll extremely well. He can manipulate passes or manipulate defenders into finding different reads all over the floor. Maybe TJ McConnell-esque in terms of height, but with the Halliburton injury, you could take another ball handler here in the second round for sure. 39, we have the Toronto Raptors. They ended up going Colin Murray-Boyles with the 9th pick. I like Tyrese Proctor to them here. I think they could take another ball handler or somebody with size, court vision, and can space the floor. And I think that's a wise pick for them. If you would have told me they took Kasper Jakushonis at 9, I really wouldn't have batted an eye. Or Yegor Demon, because he could be a Masai guy. I thought they were really going to go like a Carter Bryant or a Kaman Maluach. So Colin Murray-Boyles did catch me off guard. They could go a center here, but I think they're going to go more the veteran route, or they do believe Jonathan Mogbo can just be fine enough defensively at the 5, or Colin Murray-Boyles can be fine enough defensively at the 5. I could see them going after a free agent though, or maybe making a trade. But I have Proctor to the Raptors there at 39. So 40 here, we have the Pelicans. They took Jeremiah Fears at 7 and Derek Queen at 13. I just want to double check quickly. This is this is not the pick. I actually know it's not. This is going to the Washington Wizards from the Jordan Poole, CJ McCollum trade. So we're gonna send this over to the Wizards. They are on the clock now. They end up with Trey Johnson and Will Riley early on. I think they can grab a big, but I just don't. You know who I like here? I like Amari Williams for them. I think he's somebody that not going to space the floor, but hey, you know who can? Alex Sarr in that front court. Amari Williams, very good court vision for somebody at his size. He can run the floor extremely well, and I think you could put him out there with Alex Sarr. The big man depth in Washington, it's not great. Rashawn Holmes, what is Tristan Vukcevic's future there? It's really just Alex Sarr going forward. I love Amari Williams. Or I guess you just got Kelly Olynyk in the trade as well. But hey, Amari Williams here in the second round is great value, and I really like that for Washington. And I think that could be a Will Dawkins pick. So this is perfect for the Warriors. There's 2 different guys they could end up taking here. They could end up taking Chaz Lanier, or they could take Sion James. I think they'd be a Sion James team for sure. He's somebody that I know they need size, but with Amari Williams off the board, I think would be like the next best big man for them. They can go James, who is a rock of a defender right away. He's physical. He's a bruiser. He can guard multiple positions. He can guard in the paint. And he plays extremely hard attacking the rim. He shot over 40% from 3 last year. He's a fine enough free throw shooter. And I think would be a very nice role player if they do end up trading a Kuminga or a Moody this offseason. 42 were on the clock with the Sacramento Kings. I think they're going to address, they need big man depth. I really like them trading not a super valuable Spurs protected pick in the future to get Nick Clifford. I'm a big Nick Clifford fan, so I really like that for them. I think they would try to go with some big man depth. I'm trying to think, Dylan Cardwell could be somebody for them here. They could end up going Rocco Zikarsky from Brisbane. Not Brisbane, which I know I say wrong all the time. Vlad Golden from Michigan. Lachlan Olbrich. Janai Broom is a potential guy here as well. If they think he could play out there with Sabonis, he could play out there. I just think they need another rim protector. And maybe that's Zikarsky. Maybe that's Ulbrich, though. Could that be a Scott Perry pick? Or Victor Lachlan from Clemson? This is a tough one for me. I'm going to go Zakarski. Just a massive frame. Reminds me a little bit of Boban Marjanovic in a way offensively right now. But you hope that he could be a good enough rim protector. And maybe one day he'll be your starting center. You never know. This was where I was going to have like Hansen Yang going in this draft. So the Wizards. Okay, so I am stupid. I have to go back because the Wizards, I apologize, they don't have the Amari Williams pick. So that's actually going to change some things for me. So yeah, you're going to get this on the fly. I'll make myself look stupid. I sent this to the Pelicans, but I guess Fanspo had this right. This pick is going to go back to New Orleans here. I don't know why I thought they got the 40th pick, but I was wrong. So let's trade that back to the Pelicans. I don't think they would take Amari Williams after Derek Queen. I think I love Chaz Lanier for them. I think they need another defender. I mean, they could try to take a 4. Actually, you know who I think they could take here? I mean, they could go Janai Broom if they're going the college production route. You know what? I'm either going to take Bogoyub Markovic. When I say that slowly, it's going to sound like I'm an idiot. I kind of like Janai Broom for them because he can like be somewhat of a good offensive player down low. I mean, this team also needs floor spacing. So do they go Kobe Brea? Do they go Javon Small as well? But they don't need another guard. Oh man, I have no idea. You know, I'm going to take Markovic here. I think it's somebody that's probably not going to play right away. I like Karl Markovic, somebody that didn't play in his rookie year directly, so they can maybe have the same path for Markovic there. So the Warriors at 41, I think Sion James or Amari Williams could be in play. Going back to the Warriors, and that's a tough decision for me because I think they do need some size. I'm going to go Sion James, though. I feel like you could find somebody a little bit more productive in this window than Amari Williams. So 42, Sacramento. I'm going to have them not take Zakarski. They're going to get Amari Williams. I hope they're smart enough to take Amari Williams with this selection. So, yeah, all of them. I don't know, though. You know what? I actually think they would be the team to go Zakarski. Like, I would like to think they would go Amari Williams, but no, I'm going to have Zakarski go to the Kings, and then I'm going to have Amari Williams just go here, 43, to the Wizards, who acquired this pick from the trade down 3 spots with Utah, so Utah can get Walter Clayton. Sorry for confusing you guys there. Just to recap, so Noah Pendleton is Sixers 35, Alex Tui Nets 36, Pistons 37, Cam Jones, Ryan Nembhard with that Spurs trade to the Pacers at 38, Tyrese Proctor Raptor 39, Pelicans Bogoyub Markovic from Mega Basket 41, Sion James to the Warriors, 42 Zakarski to the Kings, 43 Amari Williams to the Wizards. So we're on the clock with the OKC Thunder here at 44. They can go with kind of like a stash guy as well. I don't think they're going to take like they could have been a Markovic guy. They could take like a Lachlan, but do they want another big Victor Lachlan? I think they could take a flyer on like a Dig Pate. I think they could be a Dig Pate team. I think he's going to spend more time in the G League. Yeah, he's familiar with it, playing for the Mexico City G League team last year. And I think they like his defense long term. And he could be just somebody that can eventually grow in the G League. So we're on the clock here with the Bulls at 45. I mean, I didn't love Essengate at 12. Do they take Janai Broom? I feel like they could take a big. You know what? I feel like I have no idea what the Bulls are trying to do. You know what? I'm going to take Vlad Golden for them. I feel like that's just what they're going to do. A big guy with the length inside, skilled somewhat around the rim, can try to draw fouls. I just feel like that's what the Bulls are going to do. Magic at 46. I'm going to love it. He maybe should go higher than this. Chaz Lanier to the Magic. Oh my God. They land Chaz Lanier and Jace Richardson in this draft. It's an A+ for me. I would love that so much. They would steal basically Lanier from the Bucks there at 47, who I think would either go like the John Tonje route, they could go the Max Shogo route, they could try to grab a big like Janai Broom. I think they would go Jameer Watkins, someone that plays with so much effort, high motor, was available at the time at Florida State, and he's somebody that can attack the rim, needs to work on the three-point shot a little bit, but I feel like Milwaukee just also needs guys that can put the ball on the ground and get downhill. So, recap, 44 Dink Pate to the Thunder, 45 Vlad Golden to the Bulls, 46 Chaz Lanier to the Magic, and 47 Jameer Watkins to the Bucks. So we're on the clock here at 48 with the Memphis Grizzlies. Just to double check, they have this pick actually. The Memphis Grizzlies do have this pick at 48. So I think, Coward at 11, they don't really scream Janai Broom to me. I think they're a Kobe Sanders team. Oh man, I would love this. And it would make me feel so much better about Kobe Sanders if Zach Kleiman took him. Somebody that could play the 1, could play the 2, could play the 3. I like the form, and if the shot can just inch up a little bit better in the percentage arc, oh boy, is he going to be one of the more versatile players in this class with his size at like 6'8", 6'9", his ball handling ability, his rebounding. I would love this for Memphis. 49 Cleveland, I think they want to go big man depth. I'll take Janai Broom, just best player available. Probably has a better shot being more of a rotational guy than some of these other big men available. So I'm going to have Broom go to the Cavs here at 49. My Knicks at 50. What do I think they do? I would probably prefer Kobe Brea and his shooting. I like Micah Peavy as well. Hunter Salas, I'm a fan of. RJ Lewis, keep him in New York. Elijah Martin. There's some players that I really like for the Knicks. I don't think they would take, I mean, the only big man I can see them taking would be Lachlan Olbrich. Maybe they would take Dylan Cardwell. I don't know. I think they believe in Hoop Porty, though. Eric Dixon, the Nova connection, but I don't really think they would trust him. I think they want guys that can defend. I'm going to have Micah Peavy go here. I think Micah Peavy is somebody that can shoot the ball a little bit, put the ball on the ground, can rebound, can run the floor, and it's just another perimeter defender or perimeter wing they need if they don't believe in like Kevin McCullough next year either. 51, we have the Clippers, who took Yannick Conan Niederhauser at 30. Oh, I love this pick if he falls. Javon Small. He should probably go a little bit earlier than this. He may end up going in the 30s, so maybe this is kind of low. But Javon Small is one of the best shooting just guards in general in this class, and the Clippers can use that. 52 for Phoenix. They took Kaman at number 10. They traded for Mark Williams. I don't think they would take a big specifically. I think they would maybe try to take somebody that could score in the second unit. That's going to be Eric Dixon, right? Like, if it's Ryan Dunn on the second unit, if it's Kaman Watch on the second unit, if it's maybe, I don't know, I doubt it's going to be like, or it could be even Oso Ighodaro. It could be Royce O'Neal. I don't know. I just think they can use somebody else that can put the ball on the ground and get to the rim, but he does have extreme tunnel vision. Beware, Suns fans, if that happened. 53 for the Jazz. Also just want to double check that they own this pick. They do. So I think the Jazz, I mean, they took Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton. I think they could take a big. I like Lachlan Olbrich to definitely get drafted here. Physical guy downhill. Great, like, rim runner. Great screen setter. And can run the floor better than almost any other big in this class from baseline to baseline. So I like that to Utah. 54, Indiana. I think another team that can go a big. They trade out of the first round. They get Ryan Nembhard. Any bigs that I like here specifically? I guess like the last guy I think that could get, well, I think there's two. I think Dylan Cardwell could get drafted and Victor Lachlan. I have them very close on my big board. I think Cardwell screams a little bit more Indiana Pacer in my opinion. Lakers at 55. I've mocked it. Oh man, but there's some really good players on the board here. There's Tanjay, there's Kobe Brea, there's Hunter Salas, there's RJ Lewis, Elijah Martin. This board fell very well. Jalen Moore, but he just tore his ACL. Tamar Bates, Bryce Williams, Ethan Almanza, Chucky Hepburn. A lot of good guys here. I'm going to go John Tanjay for the Lakers. NBA ready, can shoot the ball, can put the ball on the ground, can pass, can run the floor, can rebound well. Solid court vision. And I think the Lakers could use another scorer off the bench. So the Knicks forfeited this pick. I'll just take Mohamed Faye, who's not in this draft. 57 for the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, this board fell so well. I kind of just want to take Kobe Brea. I also like Hunter Salas for them. You know, I'm going to take Hunter Salas for them. Hunter Salas can play the 1, can play the 2. He sold out the shot a little bit last year. I've said this multiple times, but I think he really improved his defense. And I think that's going to matter. And I think his ball handling ability, he can play the 1, he can play the 2. I trust the shot. He was a fringe first rounder for me last year in the weaker class of 2024. I think he'll get drafted. I love Kobe Bryant. And oh my God, Chaz Lanier, Jace Richardson, and Kobe Bryant to the Magic. If this happens, A+++, a plus for each pick that I would love in this class. Kobe Bryant's a top 5 shooter, and if they got him at 58, he's not a good defender, but Orlando is a team where you could sacrifice some defense, so I would be a big fan of that. We have the Cavs here at 59. I think they can go a guard. They could end up going with like Max Shulga from VCU, somebody that can have a little size, right? Like he's bigger than like Mark Sears or Sean Padula or any of these other guards that are available. And he's a good ball handler. He's smart, high IQ. The shot is a little iffy right now. They lose Ty Jerome. They need kind of more point guard depth. And the Suns, do they have this last pick in the draft? Just want to double check. They do. A couple guys. Oh my God. Undrafted free agency is going to be crazy if this happens. Chucky Hepburn, you could take. You could end up taking Elijah Martin. You could end up taking Victor Lachlan. You could take RJ Lewis, Grant Nelson, Tamar Bates, Ethan Almanza, Bryce Williams, Jackson Robinson, Caleb Grill, Will Richard, Saliu Niang, Sean Padula, Brooks Barnheiser. I think they want defense on the perimeter, and that's either RJ Lewis or Brooks Barnheiser for me, or they like Elijah Martin. I don't think they take another shooting guard, so I will go RJ Lewis. He could have made a lot of money in the transfer portal. Maybe he had a little wink that he could get drafted, so I'll be safe with this one. But I expect like Elijah Martin, Victor Lachlan, and Brooks Barnheiser to be picked up immediately after this. So that is going to wrap out my second round mock draft. This was very draft niche, draft sicko based. I hope you guys did enjoy. I had a lot of fun doing that. You can let me know in the comments what you guys think about the NBA Draft Night 1 and what about this night as well. Like I said, go to SROS on YouTube. I'll be live streaming for the second round. There are so many interesting and fascinating names available that I can't wait. So yeah, I'll catch you guys there. Peace.